Today, we're going to battle Godzilla in Infinite Galaxy. Yes, Godzilla is in space today, and I'll be Ultraman, I guess. If you guys don't know who Godzilla is, then you're missing out. And if you don't know who Ultraman is too, you are definitely missing out. So the battle today is going to be between me, which I just reached CC 30. I still have a lot to work on as I reach CC 30. I still need to make a lot of destroyers as well. But today, it's a battle of Godzilla Frigates versus Ultraman destroyers. Man, the battle is absolutely insane. It shed some light to me on what I need to work on and what I need to do. And also, it shed a light to me that, my goodness, I thought I am strong, but I am not strong at the same time. You're going to love this video, and I hope you learned something from this video. All right, this is going to be our battle here with Lucy, and he is actually running full Frigates. So with my setup today, I changed a little bit. So this is a duel, right? Of course, it's a duel. I changed a little bit of my setup in here. I see people like putting like a few Frigates, a little bit of a meat shield. So what I did is that I put slight amount of Frigates. So what we're gonna do is eventually we're gonna do more testing in here. Now this is a one-on-one testing. This is just kind of a simulation to see how well is your setup, performing, right? Most of the battles that are going to occur in Infinite Galaxy is going to be per stacking. But just imagine, I'm a pretty strong player, I would say, but imagine this is all Frigates and I am running with not cruisers, I'm running with destroyers. I should definitely have a significant advantage in this battle. But as you guys can see, wow, huge advantage from Lucy. Now, there's a few things that I want to talk about as well. I've mentioned earlier that Lucy have gotten CC 30 much longer time than I am. I am recently, gotten to CC 30. Lucy is definitely very strong. She has also improved a lot into the technology, the flagship, the captain, right? Also with the rank of the ships. So his ships are actually a level 60 Artemis and a level 52 Poseidon, but the captains are level 36 and level 33. For me, my captain is level 30 for both, I think 31 and 30. So I do have a slight disadvantage, but my God, I thought I'd have an advantage just being for having a destroyer in the setup here today. So let's go ahead and take a look into the battle report here with Lucy. So you guys can see, we can take a look into the battle comparison. Big thing to notice in here, his frigate armor is 1087.2. That is absolutely shocking and it's huge. 716 frigate shield, crazy buff. Nothing to compare to my buff. My buff is relatively weak. It's not up to par or that strong to the buff that he has. I mean, I do highlight myself with the destroyer attack and as well as destroyer HP, which is relatively good. But then I get beat when it comes to the destroyer shield. So of course, since I'm still a baby CC 30, I still got a lot of things to work on. So a lot of research still need to finish. Once you reach CC 30, it's not done yet. You still got to work these. These are very important. Now for Lucy, it is maxed out. I believe he showed me the screenshot for this one. This is maxed out. So this is definitely important. My military as well, I haven't really completed it as well. So yeah, I'm still in that baby stage or baby mode. So let's take a look into the reports more in detail. So you can see, I'm going to highlight here a few things that watch, the number in here, 7,370 kills on the Artemis flagship Poseidon, right? 4,000 in here. So when you're looking at this, the flagship pretty much kill 50% the same of amount of the frigates in here. So the frigates killed 20k. So this would just be right around low 11k, I think 11.3k kills. Significant, much more than me. There's a few things why it is. So in this video, it's not about measuring who is just better than each other. But in this video is actually more of an educational purpose. So we do challenge Lucy so that we can learn better and how, how we can perform and how we can improve. So back then when we battled Lucy, I was just completely wiped out. But I think I've improved a lot since then. So that's a big thing for me. Lucy's always been the top dog. Lucy's always been the bigger dog than me because he has done a great investment into his setup. Now we're going to go and watch the battle here today. It's absolutely amazing. You're going to see Lucy's ships destroy my ships. It's absolutely amazing, yet sad at the same time. So you can see, boom, the Artemis, and there it is, my destroyers getting wrecked in the open space battlefield. Big thing to take away in here as well is that Lucy does have a much stronger crew, higher level crew than me, a few notch higher. I think 36 and I think he said 36 and 30 or something like that. Let me actually take a good look again on how much. So it is actually a crew that is he's using a Paul Mathias and Lara 36-33 crew. So I think mine is 31 and 30 crew. Lucy does have a highest gear. I believe he has level 11 gear, which is absolutely amazing. I'm so jealous because he's got it all really strong and very deadly. Now my flagship is gonna get wrecked. It's gonna explode. There we go. It exploded. The Hades is gone, and now next is the Poseidon. Boom, explosion. So yeah, fleets in battle 0, and what remains is still a significant amount of T10 frigates. Now keep in mind, I am running with destroyers, and Lucy is running with frigates. So that's a shocker, right? As I should be countering those frigates in a relatively easy manner. But a few things that we're not calculating in that, significant disadvantage to destroyer and frigates is that the flagship, the crew, and of course the core setup. So I assume we're in the relatively similar core setup, but the crew formation, I believe he has definitely much higher stats than I am. Crew as well, crew ranks and crew levels, big difference as well, and of course the research as well. So Lucy is definitely a Godzilla. So Godzilla is just what it does, man. It knocks you out and knocks you down and tear you down. That's it. But actually his picture is I think it's a whale. Oh my god, I never realized that it was a whale. But I'm just a cat. I'm just a kitty cat, lovely kitty cat, and just all about having fun in here. This video is more of an educational purposes than anything else. Education. Hopefully there are things that you can pick up and learn as we're discussing how this battle went on. There's a few things that I need to definitely work on. I definitely need to work on to my flagship buff, and everything else in the research technology, because it's not enough. Now, what if I added a little bit more? Nah, not really. If I added a little bit more frigate, that could have been a little bit more meat shield, but then I'm losing, the destroyer buff, right, from my Hades. So eventually we'll do another challenge. We'll do a lot more challenge, hopefully, to do some testing. This is more an individual testing, just to have a better understanding of what your current setup is. Now, is this going to be reflective in a real battle scenario? Yes and no. Because in a real war scenario or real battle, there are going to be scenarios where there is going to be one-on-one battle. And when a one-on-one battle occurs, you're going to feel this. In my opinion, I think if somebody who doesn't spend and running, moderate flagship with a great, I'd say great epic, it would probably take 2 to 3 person or maybe 4 to really fight off Lucy. Let's say if it's about 10 people who fights off Lucy, of course Lucy is going to lose, but Lucy will still definitely inflict a significant amount of damage to the players. There's a difference between people who spend money into the game and players who don't, right? For significant losses, it's easy for spenders to get back on their feet and recover. And it might be challenging for those players who don't spend in the game. So again, this video is for educational purposes. I want you guys to learn here in the video and in the channel. Now, let's take a look into my crew setup in here. Like I said, my Lara is level 31. It's actually rank 14. Lucy's is 15. My Bruno, which I didn't work on earlier, which is why it is a low rank, it is a ranked 11 only. So significantly losing a little bit more onto the missile weapon buff in here. I do have a 10, 9, 10 legendary gear in here. I am actually thinking of dismantling this and changing a nut. If I can actually have the resources to make another legendary weapon gear, I might actually do that, and then just keep a purple armor stuff in here, or no, a purple HP stuff in here. So that's what I'm gonna do in my next approaches here today. So there's still a lot of things for me to do, a lot of things for me to improve. We did a little bit of a changing of setups in here. Definitely needs to work on to my crew setup because it's not done yet and I'm struggling with it still. So the next investment that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be dumping crew XP into my captain. We're going to increase the captain. The reason why we want to do this is because the flagship now are strong, as I've mentioned earlier. Increasing your captain into your flagship. This is what people have also mentioned to me. Increasing your flagship captains will also increase your flagship buff and as well as leadership. So when you increase leadership, you are also getting more warship as well in that scenario. So there's a few things to definitely work on to my setup in here. And before I challenge Lucy again, accepting defeat to Godzilla from Ultraman in here, because we did lose a significant amount of warship there on the battle. Not really lose, but in the repair bay. So a lot of great things to learn here in Infinite Galaxy. If you're new to the channel, you want to see more battle testing, consider subscribing and turn your notification on. Don't forget to share the video, and thank you guys for doing all of these things. Share, like, comment. These things help the analytics and you know, the time and effort that we put on creating this. I hope you guys are appreciating this. Anyway, I will see you again next time.